Hello. For the past few weeks, I've been making small portable FM radios using compact FM radio modules that I've found on eBay. And there's two different types we'll be looking at here. The one on your left uses a dial type tuner, manual tuning, and it's FM only. And you can make it as basic or as complex as you want. I've kept it fairly simple. It's a great little module, albeit putting it onto a circuit board and connecting it up can be quite a chore, because around the edges, try and focus here, there's gold contacts around these sides here that you have to add wires or pins to add it to your circuit board. So you have to be really good with your soldering to get it to how you want it without any mistakes, as this thing won't handle much heat. But on board this has a little power ramp. It'll do AM radio, FM and shortwave, and it's quite a nice little unit to work with, albeit it's a tuning dial type, which really benefits if you make a kind of geared mechanism for accurate tuning. On this model here, as in previous videos I've shown you, the white disc there is the tuning dial. I put a little black mark on for Smooth Radio, one of my favourite channels. And it's got a retractable aerial, but it goes so far in. I found with these radio modules that in the instructions it says you must use a 75cm length aerial. That's 3/4 of a metre. That's pretty much the length of your arm on average, and that's quite a thing for a portable radio. And this one probably only extends to about a foot or so, if that. So you can imagine an aerial that's 3 times longer than that. In a tiny box, it's not really possible. So I found when I've been using this out in the field, I've tested it at work, that depending on where we are in the town we work in, sometimes you have to put a bit of copper wire on there and extend the aerial. But yeah, despite that, it does actually have a really good reception and locks onto strong stations with ease. So then I decided, because these modules are stereo, I'll make a stereo radio. But this time, oops, bound to happen. Use an LCD module type FM radio. This is digital tuning by button press, or you can use encoder dials if you want, but I haven't explored that avenue yet. This module you can buy as a transmitter or as a receiver, and this one's just receiver only. It comes with its own little amplifier on for attaching speakers, and it says it's only good enough for driving headphones. So in my radio I've added in a power amp module. Yeah, so pretty small and compact, and I've got it up and running. There's another model that extends from this one. You can buy it slightly bigger, same kind of screen, and it comes with the encoder dial type controls with push in option as well. A bit more like a car stereo kind of control. Be familiar with that kind of thing. So this stereo radio, I've used this kind of module, and we're going to break this down and I'll show you how I put it together. Again, it's constructed using these adaptable boxes we use in electrical work, made by Whisker. They're adaptable boxes, they're brilliant. You can do lots of things with them, lots of configurations. So here I've got 2 speaker boxes with an angled control. and all the radio things is in the middle, as we'll see. There's a rear view. I was going to glue these together, I haven't done so, just in case I need to break it apart again. But it seems it doesn't actually need it. So, quick demonstration before we take it apart. I've used these ports here. We've got little tiny push buttons. This will be for volume, this one's used for tuning. So we're locked into 97.1 megahertz.
Hello, I'm Jenny. Now, Sam Smith is set to release the Abbey Road performance as a live album. It's called Love Goes Live at Abbey Road Studios.
You need a press and hold
it's dropping middle of March, and I just want to say thank you, Sam Smith, for scratching our itch for the live music.
So it's quite loud.
Nice work.
The maximum volume I've actually capped, and I'll explain this later.
After this dream team,
so press and hold for tuning change. We'll auto scan and find the best. Okay, I've got aerial problems because I didn't use a telescopic aerial for this radio.
Anyway, looking at what's happening,
and this aerial here was reclaimed from I think it was a satellite strength aerial kit, or a booster kit, something like that. I'd found it in my dad's place. A strength meter to help angle your satellite dish. And the unit I found, it was old and rusted, but the aerial was okay, so there it is there. Let's have a look inside. I think we should just pull apart. So I've got 8 ohm 2 watt speakers either side. Put my battery there. I'm going to change a lot of this. I've just kind of thrown it together. There's no power switch. I didn't actually incorporate it into this power regulator circuit. What this is doing here is dropping the voltage for the LCD unit no more than 5 volts. But the amplifier I'm using inside is running on 9 volts. And I decided to use a 9 volt system, so for longevity, so the radio can actually go the distance and play for a long time. Here you can see this is a roll plug. Sorry, getting back at the shot. There's a roll plug there, pinned in to hold that circuit board there with little buttons on. Let's just drop that back off. On the other side is just the speaker and the circuit board for the. Will it come off? I can't remember if I locked it or not. This one here is still locked. We'll just quarter turn. Oh, come on. It's not going to do it, is it? They're quite tight. Oh, they're all still locked in. That's why, silly me. Okay, there you go. So again, there's a little bit of Vera board there, a couple of little buttons, and the speaker glued in. So So, on the middle part, just be very careful, because there's lots of wires here. Because it's a home project, it's going to look a bit messy in there. It all needs tidying up. Yep. Okay. So we have the little FM receiver board glued to the front cover. We've got kind of these are little integrated circuit holders that you would normally put into Veroboard circuit boards. And they slip onto these tiny little pins really nicely. These little jumpers. Down the bottom is a stereo power amp module, and there's I built this for another project and put it into here, and I can cap the master volume into here, so you end up with a nice clear sound and not distorted, because when you up the volume here it does get quite loud, and after volume 25 it starts to distort, and that's the internal sound chip on the circuit board here that's starting to distort at high volumes. So we need to cap that, because it sounds awful when it starts distorting. Yeah, and the aerial's in there as well, kind of see here. Yeah, not bad at all. I'm not going to pull that out anymore because I don't want any wires falling off. Let's just check we're still working. So yeah, say about the aerial. If I touch the aerial, see the signal strength here, it's going up. Can you zoom in on that and see? Let's go here and make sure we're in focus there for you. So I'll touch the aerial and see top left, it's improved. Maybe I need to load up the aerial with a capacitor. Might improve its sensitivity and pick-up ability. Something to experiment with. Yep, so there we go. That's a bit of a breakdown of my portable stereo FM radio. Thanks for watching.